For either or team, a big win here today would definitely send shockwave.
Bit of usage here over towards the main stairs as they just sort of pitter-patter and pop bullets in towards each other, but traded out. Couldn't quite get out of there in time. The cavalry is here and they're heavily armed, Jesse. On towards that swing, just try and cover the control, cover the audio as best as they can as the call comes together too, but it just takes a second to swing around and you can see they're already being forced off. Dafo just drives his way through barbed wire. Can't plant there, says the smoke as he takes a lot of damage, takes even more, and it's just Los. Put the pressure.
Gotta find a way to deal with nade.
Well, here's the play on towards Janitor, that important swing position, but the swing has to come through, and the longer you wait, the more that smoke is going to dissipate, so you just got to send it, and there's the first and second. Oh, and almost the third as well, but it's back and forth, the 2 versus 2. 28 seconds, and now a 2 versus 1, and one of them is a clash. Not a situation anyone really wants to be in. Just could not do enough to unseat the players on the swing-ins. They are more than happy to sort of catch them on the motion. There's the swing round, the pressure on towards one, but takes most of the damage himself either side. With the heavy equipment, but at this point can't really get to the kit and can't really get towards the players as well. Experience shows they just need to leave, so they do.
Have to try to make some kind of a drop. They could go in through stock. That seems to be where the play is going to be. They've got good vert up here, Emmy, but there's still 5 defenders alive who will all be staring at this hatch.
Well, there's the blinds, there's the catch, there's a kill. With that Razor Bloom, Dark's able to get one on the trade out, but it's a 3 versus 3 actually, as they just try and drive themselves in. Dafo keeps doubling down, but Maya on Beeper's door once again pops up as a name that is saving graces here. A 2 versus 2, no kit, and they got to try and cut their way across the core of this site itself. It's still back and forth. Maya, though, he's able to be the great leveler, and he's the only one left. Perez has to dive all the way across, but the player is close and ready for it. Maya pops.
I just feel like Los on some of these pushes are a little bit slow. They're really not forced, and so can drop when the drop is required when they start to get pushed. The logic bomb is threatening, and the guns are aimed their way. Dash finds the opener onto their utility. They have maybe some resources to push deep and get those kills as well. Lots for T-Law to focus on.
Well, here comes the call, here comes the drive, and here comes the dive in towards the back of the site. They're able to find the first bit of success and go for the plant behind the bomb chassis itself. And hey, you don't have to worry about them if they're all dead. One left inside gold. It's Maya, the man of many moments.
Maybe even part of the strategy to begin with. So much info as well. They just spotted 3 players on the main windows.
Well, here comes the first bit of damage, and they're moving right behind the smoke itself. Going to see if they can stick the plant, and there's no C4 to stop it, but they're still going to roll it out and roll them across. It's the Echo drone causing problems on the roof. They have the rough ping. That's all they need, because in the midst of it, they're able to get the couple of kills as well. Dafo still doing his best to fight back, and the dropped shield on towards one, but he's being surrounded. He can find a second. Unbelievable way of getting away with that, and that leaves Nade alone. Watching a 3 versus 1, but he knows he's up against the shield. So it's always going to be that extra level of problem.
Certainly wanting more out of him today.
Oh, delicate fight here on the check-in desk, but nobody's been checked out as of yet. And oh, Dafo somehow wins it. In the meantime, Nuxkill does go down, but Perez taps around on the corner. Technical 4 versus 2, but with 45 seconds and still just this position. Cut the way across the site itself. They know where he is, but they... Okay, we're back. And we are... Right? They were the only team from the first play day in their group that didn't...
Too much. They have gone down to the bottom floor for their first round, and despite a little bit of pressure up in their own game, there's not a whole lot more, except Naya. Hold on. He's found 2 roamers and a third coming in from KZ.
In and a step back up, and now how much time they have to try and hold on to. The fact that they're just seeing if they can get one more before they forward away, but nothing.
Wow.
Nade with a double. Banana, there's not going to be the pressure that comes from the other side, and there's also an Echo to contend with as well. As soon as he gets close, if that hits him, then he's probably going to get hit by a lot of other things. Instead, see Dash that suffers first, but the jump out gets one, and was he able to get a second there? I'm not entirely sure that came together. Only one on the trade out, luckily picked up on the cover, but there's the follow through on towards Maya. Is that another jump out? He was outside for a split second. I think that was a double.
Yeah, Dark definitely jumped straight out of CEO right after Perez.
Well, I think it's fair to say at this point a failed experiment. They're in a 2 versus 1 technically, but toe-to-toe with the Monty. And it's a Felipox Monty, so They're going to drive forward.
Some of these top floor positions as well. Most of them have been denied. Maya creeps his way in through tellers and nearly finds one. There it is. Not the player he was initially hunting for, but he takes down Perez, still dancing with Daffo as well.
Well, they get a kill inside the building, and they're almost close to getting another, but it's Dash instead that looks over the shoulder of Felipox. Now he's stuck in a box. Oh, he's stuck in a box, and everyone's trying to kill him. They down their own teammate in the chaos and the confusion. He's just going to keep swinging and popping bullets and hoping to catch more and more players, but seemingly everybody's just using blanks currently. This is just cruel. Put him in the punishment cube. No. He's down it. No, another one. Dead. Lost. They're able to keep.
That's watching his every move. It's a good opportunity now to try to.
He's in the site, Jesse. He's in the site. And he's just moved in the site. He's the only one here. And now they're able to win out a fight elsewhere. He has to net a result here. He has to be able to get one of the players drifting their way back in towards. He looks away at the worst possible time. They seem to have an idea, and they've all suddenly started flooding back. You say they love to drive themselves in towards engagements, and now they've got to have the one that he's inside the building. Felipox going to see if they can stick the plant. Dashes their way over to offer some cover because he knows he cannot get caught in the situation of post-plant. Out of absolutely nothing, KZ sniffed opportunity and swung their way in, but now a 3 versus 2 versus 2. Actually balanced back in, and with a Blackbeard holding on close, waiting for an approach either side, and KZ going a bit wider on towards gold. Give them more opportunities for moments like that. Drifts now into a 2 versus 1. Have to try and isolate themselves on either of these engagements, but they've got themselves a pretty decent little crossfight here. As long as he plays this smart, he can swing on the back, swing on contact, but not overextending anything. 14 seconds. Still has to get to the kit. Probably doesn't have enough time from this point onwards, but will at least get one kill for the trouble before he finds Felipox. Now, if that's been a removed part of the puzzle, they might just be on their secondary for the rest of this here.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, KZ opens things up by taking down Dash. That's a critical pick in the midst of this. The Toxic Babes will slow down the rappel into sight, making it so you can't immediately go, but the kills are flooding in from Team Liquid Alienware.
At this point, tries to go down, caught out in smoke actually, pull further and further away. Good play from Daffo, but that was the last that they could do, and not the last that he can do. Drifts onto one, but at the same time, there's that surround, there's that multi-point pressure that Team Liquid Alienware seem to be able to bring. They're not overcommitting. They know when they need to push and when they need to charge and when they need to pull back just a second and a step. And here, seems like we're waiting for the inevitable, the smoke. Coverage on towards the default plant, the guns. Coverage on towards Darken in the middle now, just leaves one alone. KZ on a triple. There's at least the catch on JV92, but now they know where he is. They'll just plant on the other side. They have the distance. They don't have KZ anymore. They have a post-plant timer here. 3 versus 1. Okay, 2 versus 1. Perez gets an absolute bit of destruction from the other side. Surely at this point, they'll just peel back. Got the post-plant, got the angle from the bottom of blue. Can watch this from the hatch. Just to tick over here. Knows he'll need to win and bait the first engagement. Can't even do that. 3 points for Team Liquid Alienware.
Well, nice little attempt to come through there in the end, but ultimately the hardest recovery post-plant in Siege does not go the way.
We're in the final round here. We're just very well coordinated, especially in round 9 where they found the opening, like, hey, we can actually jump through the elevator hatch and just get on site. And KZ just kind of does that, which is crazy that actually happens. But it shows that there's a lot of moving parts during that TL Alienware round. Does this potentially hint at maybe too much happening at the same time in comms? I don't know. I'm not a fly on a wall. Would love to hear that from them. But I'll take the moment to say Lost played a pretty good game.
Yeah,
and
they did.
Until, halfway through the second half, maybe they could have even pulled it into an OT and gotten a point off of TL Alienware.
I think the main thing was they lacked the adaptation in defense. Like, they got the lead in attack, which was good. They executed the game plan well.